The indictment of former President Donald Trump promises to mix up the race for the Republican presidential nomination. We are still more than 2 months away from the first debate in the Republican presidential primary, and already we can expect to see a crowded stage. This week, the number of candidates swelled to more than 10, and more contenders may still enter the field. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe has a look at where the 2024 race now stands.
They go after a popular president.
The indictment of former President Donald Trump is part of the reason other Republicans keep jumping in to the race for the White House. Many of them have done so with similar-looking launch videos.
Righting the ship requires restoring sanity to our society.
Often featuring stock footage of meadows, mountains, main streets, and amber waves of grain. As of now, there are at least 10 better-known contenders. Former Vice President Mike Pence, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and North Dakota's Governor Doug Burgum declared this week, joining Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former governors Asa Hutchinson and Nikki Haley, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, radio talk show host Larry Elder, and, of course, Trump. He still leads the pack by double digits, and he's relished the growing field.
That's a good thing, isn't it? I think pretty good, but I don't think it matters. I don't know why people are doing it.
They say they're doing it because they're no fan of President Biden.
I mean, obviously, we see what's happened with Joe Biden, who can't seem to get anything right.
Or they think some opponents are too focused on cultural issues.
We need a leader who's clearly focused on three things: economy, energy, and national security.
Or because they think nominating Trump again would mean another loss for the GOP.
A lonely, self-consumed, self-serving mirror hog is not a leader.
And the country.
That anyone who puts themselves over the Constitution should never be president of the United States.
But there are disagreements on what should happen next to Trump. Some, like Hutchinson, think he should drop out. Others question the Justice Department's focus.
And what we've seen over the last several years is the weaponization of the Department of Justice against the former president.
And for Republican voters eager to nominate anyone other than the former president, there came a warning this week from someone who could have been a contender. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu, a Trump critic, had thought about it, but took a pass because he fears the larger the GOP field gets, the more likely it is Trump will come out on top.
Given where the polls are right now, every candidate needs to understand the responsibility of getting out, and getting out quickly if it's not working. If we do what we did in 2016, you're going to have somebody win this nomination with 35% of the Republican support.
But even more candidates may soon join the race, especially if support for the former president starts to slip in the wake of the recent indictments. That would be a big change, however, from how Republican voters usually react when Trump gets into legal trouble. For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Ed O'Keefe, Washington.